Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? This is the wrong view. This is my webcam view. You want. Well, what are we doing today? I guess these are the questions. Let's do this. All right. That looks right. That looks like what we want. How's it going, folks? To let me know how my levels are. See, every time I ask chat to let me know what my levels are, the song ends right then. Oh, this seems pretty loud. It's loud to me. Let me turn it down. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Okay. All right. I guess I don't know. Like, I don't have anything to listen to. All right, folks. Here's the question: what are we doing today? What are we doing today? I've got some ideas actually for some Ash stuff that I want to do. I thought I might try something a little off the wall. It's been a while since I did one of the like, I don't know, something like small but big all at the same time. And I think like there's some stuff like that, like maybe supporting validations or preparations on generic actions could be pretty huge, or adding like a generic action lifecycle hook, or like so before and after action hooks and that sort of thing on generic actions would be pretty sick. But I haven't really made up my mind yet. I haven't decided. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on in the world? Let's see. Let's see. Let's do one of these. I have my new streamer profile. How do I switch? This streaming one window. Okay. Did I do it? Oh no, okay, to open a new one. There's this like really annoying thing that there we go. Okay. Still haven't quite figured out how it's meant to work. With streaming, it like hides the close button on. It's just very strange. All right, what's going on in Hacker News? What do we got going on? What's going on in our lives? Improving rag with chess elo scores. Oh, I see. I was thinking like improving like chess with rag, and I was like, no, not gonna happen. I see. They're like using elo scores to determine how good the rag behaved. All right, what do we got? Got any Elixir stuff going on in the front news? Like, what's up? Let's see. Let's see. All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I'm surprised this didn't do a little bit better on Hacker News, not gonna lie. I like this article. This was a good one. This one was interesting. I didn't really dive in, but I didn't have time, but I like this, like it's pretty cool stuff having this. Like, I feel like examples of production applications actually published is a pretty big deal. Not Elixir. It's pretty interesting. Nobody really uses hot code reloading in my experience, but you know, I want to be able to easily run on-prem at clients at the desired. That make yeah. That's like immediately puts you in the 1% of use cases. Like, most people are not running things on-prem these days. I want to open source it when it is stabilized enough, and I would like people to be able to use it without the hassle of managing a multi-tenant. That's pretty interesting. Yo, what up, Rodolfo? Okay, let's see. I want to be able to easily build client-specific apps on top of Alzo without going into authorization/isolation nightmare. Loaded up. Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't know. This is an interesting one. So they're like, he's like loading. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But these, yeah, okay, not hot code upgrades. Oh, this is about hot code loading. Very different, actually, and makes a lot of sense. So basically, I don't know if, I mean, this is actually really interesting. Like, one of the things I've seen with deploying Elixir applications is like, unless you want to hide code, there's really no reason not to just have one monolithic app, because you just don't have to start everything. Like, if you want to have like 3 importers and 3 web servers, just have one app that does everything. Like, I don't care how much code you have, that it's not going to be too much to do that. And then you just don't start the web servers on the importer nodes, and you don't start the importers on the web server nodes. But it's like, now you don't like what was the point in, what's the point in splitting things up? It's like sharing the central parts becomes so complicated. I don't know. I just, microservice, this isn't I'm not criticizing this article at this point. Like, this isn't microservice architecture. But it is like, you know, I would avoid dealing with any of this sort of thing, and just as much as possible, and just ship one app. Just turn stuff on and off on demand. Real-time data tables. This is probably something like Cinder. Oh yeah, I looked into this. Yeah, it's a good package. Seems nice. I didn't use it myself. Phoenix New, there we go. Look at that. What? Oh, I guess that wasn't the real post. The real post was like the longest I've ever seen anything on Hacker News front page, like ever. The Phoenix New post. Pretty interesting. New Elixir syntax feature via runtime compiler hacking. What the fuck? What is this? That makes sense. Why does it need an application though? I guess for when you compile code. For when you compile code at runtime. Yeah, because you couldn't hot load those. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty wacky, but you know what? I like this. And you know, well, I don't think I would use it personally, just because it's like. But I like that you could just do this sort of thing. Like people forget how extensible Elixir is, in my opinion. Is this because I'm not a Twitch partner or something? I don't know, man. What am I? Let's see. Is that like? Do I need to sign up for something? Let's see. Twitch. I have a channel. Add your social links. I don't know. How do I make it so people can subscribe to me? Is that something I'm supposed to like do especially? Creator dashboard. I have followers. Wait, it says you're following me. Is that different from subscribing? Community. Is followers different from subscribers? I don't think so. Oh, I mean, I don't need any money, dude. What do I need? What do I need your money for? I'm not here to. I'm here to chill and have a good time. I mean, I guess if you want to pay me money, you can go to my sponsors page, but I don't have anything set up like that. Not yet, at least. Maybe when I'm famous. All right, folks. I'm trying to be like those fancy streamers who like read articles and somehow have like 1,000 people watch them do it. Ridiculous. Oh, I see. You have a Twitch Prime subscription you're not using. Well, look, I appreciate it, but go. I don't know. Give it to somebody else. Go find a kid streaming video games or something. I don't know. I don't have. I'd have to set all that up, and I haven't done it yet. Yeah, exactly. Sub to Prime. So we've actually, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff we could do, and I was thinking I could actually try something a little bit different. I mentioned it at the beginning when I started streaming, but there's some features we've been wanting to add. There's a lot of different things we've been wanting to add for actions, and for resources and stuff that can actually like improve the experience of writing resources. And there's a couple different things that we could do. It's kind of like it's an interesting roadmap of things. So if I go find like just some resource, one of the things that we've talked about doing is having a concept of something called like pipelines. Maybe I should actually just find dealing with this streaming setup is weird. All right, so I want to make open streaming. Okay. So let me pull up the roadmap. Wonder, yeah, Ash project / Ash. It's nice being able to Google my own stuff. I never have to learn it, like save links, like learn a URL. All right. So, this is. Oh no, that's yeah. All right, that's fine. Not those. Let's see. Is it? I think it's pipelines. Right here, pipelines. So this is a way to like share um, logic across multiple actions. So you could say like pipe through, and I think that would be pretty interesting. Um, what else have we got? We've, oh yeah, that's right. But part of doing this right is actually, I don't know if we have, let's see, generic actions. I don't know if we have this to change. Change my language. Oh, hey, look. This is done. Oh, I'm not signed in, so I can't do that. Maybe it was preparations. Yeah, all right. I guess we don't have an issue for it. Whatever. So, but what we've talked about doing is adding a sort of life cycle to generic actions. Generic test. So that you can do things like all right, let's see. Hey Ashraf, how's it going? So you can do that sort of thing. But you like the concept is like you do it by like having smaller sub reactors because reactors can compose. So you can like run a reactor and then like wait for and then like save some state and then trigger a new reactor after that and that sort of thing. But we are talking about adding durability via Open and like checkpointing and different things like that, and like saving states. So okay, resources always need to be tied to a specific table. Taking Ash as an application framework, I was thinking about making a resource based on another resource, but with some transformations applied, so that it maps cleanly to how. So you can do that sort of thing just fine, right? So if I have like this post, I can make a def module like post present post. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Presenter. I just don't use a data layer. What is going on with my... Restart this language server. Come on, bad boy. So... Whoa. There you go. So you would just not use a data layer, and then you would use like generic actions. Like, like get posts. And then you could return whatever you want, array map. And then you just like read it and transform and that sort of thing. Like you don't need us to do that. We don't have to build like mapping layers and that sort of thing. I mean, like it's possible, I guess. Like you could have like you could write a data layer called like delegator, and then configure it in some way that has it work on top of a different resource. I'm not sure, but you don't really. I'm not sure if we would need to add, if we would want to try to add like a sort of data layer composer type thing. Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so that's how I would do it. I would do it with generic actions. I mean, you also could theoretically do it. You don't have to use generic actions either, but it's like a little bit easier. That's how I would do it with generic actions. If you're doing it for like presenting some resource to a view, yeah. So yeah, what we talked about is having like preparations on generic actions, and then like being able to do things like you can do with read and update actions. Like this would be input, like this kind of thing. So I think it would be pretty interesting. And then we would also support we also want to support validations on read actions and generic actions. So I guess the question is what's like most valuable? It's hard to say. I think probably the most valuable would be validations on read actions. Yeah, the reactor persistence with Open, it's a big project, probably, depending on how we do it. And it's like the thing is you can already kind of do it if you're using Ash plus reactor, you have this really nice, you have a pretty straightforward way of doing that sort of thing by just having actions be open, like when the reactor is finished, they like set some application state, and then like that gets used to trigger some new open or some new reactor, that sort of thing. Yeah, so I think yeah, what we would do is, yeah, let's go ahead. Well, let's do validations on read actions. Let's see what happens, right? Why not? So let's write a little test. So let's see, author, we'd call this like read with validation. Let's do something that must be true. And this is Boolean. And then we would say something like this, validate. Let's see. Yo, what up? Is that 031? Like 031? That's funny actually. All right, must be true. Yeah, so we want this, and we want, so when we run this read with validation on author, that it should give us an error. So let's, yeah, we got a whole bunch of tests here. I'm gonna put these up at the top. Who cares? But I'm like, here, let's find it up. Describe. Oh, see, I'm smart. That's what it is, man. All right, describe validations. And we'll just say something like, passing validations, produce no errors. So then, and we also want one for failing validations, producing errors. Okay. You know what I just realized though? We're gonna have, the trouble's gonna be atomicity, but we can handle that actually with, yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. We're adding like a whole new state actually. All right, but for now we can do it with just basic ones. Say author ash dot query dot for read must be true. Right? Isn't that what we call it? Or no, what do we call it? Read with validation. So it should just return an empty list. This one actually, oh, I don't even need the assert. This should be assert raise. I'm just gonna put in, it's yeah, it'd be ash.error.invalid. And I don't know what it would have in it yet. Let's just not worry about that for now. All right. And these tests will fail, but let's find out. Oh man, that's good. Always working hard around here. Maybe a little too hard, but it's what it is. Better that way than the other way, right? Let's see. Make sure I'm not neglecting anything important. Nope. All right. So we're getting some bugs, or we're getting an error here, as we should, which should be, yep, undefined function validate. All right, pretty straightforward. So the interesting thing that's kind of yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It's fine. So we're gonna go to resource DSL. Okay. So we have valid. Let me make it a little bit smaller, actually. So we have a validate entity. And we also should have a prepare entity. Yeah, so we're going to do this. We're going to say validations. Pretty straightforward. So now we need to include the validation built-ins. And then in the, what is this? In the read action. No. Here. We're going to add, next to preparations, validations. I think that's what we called that type. Find out. Yeah. Okay. So now it should work, but it should just not do anything. We should have the validations, but we shouldn't be using them. The actual Ash core code base takes a long time to compile. It's pretty rough. I need to fix it. But I'm always end up spending my time on other people's compile times, not my own. That's the nature of the beast in it. All right, so yep. So nothing was raised. So that's the gist of the problem. Okay. And now we have two things that we need to do. So in resource validation, we need to add a callback, which is, do you support? We're gonna call this supports, and it's not going to take a change set. Or context, I think. And this is going to return. This is going to be able to say ash.changeset. And we're going to now have ash.query. Yeah, it is pretty chunky. I think we can do a lot about it. I just don't have the time. Like there's a lot of internal reorganization that we could do that would do like so much. All right, so we're gonna say by default, the supports here is just ash.changeset. And you can return So that's not to like make things that people didn't expect. Okay. Oh, and this is a list. Makes sense. All right, so then we'll go to the function, the validation function. And this one will say that it supports both. Fair enough. All right. So now what we're going to do, this is, I mean, this might actually be pretty easy, but so where would we apply these validations? It would be in for read. Yeah, that's where we do preparations. That makes sense. And right now we do could you or your team set up some specific refactoring targets for contributors? Yeah, I mean, it's doable, but honestly, with the way open source works, it's like the energy's got to come from somebody else. If I'm gonna go like, if I'm gonna go set up a bunch of targets for like what, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I could do it, but it is a lot of work, and I'd rather just somebody else do it. I'm kind of, you know, this may not be. I'm kind of like getting more and more moving towards a phase of like other people need to do stuff. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else on the core team would be interested in it. But I'm not gonna do it probably. Okay, I got one part wrong, which is that validations need to actually be stored not there. In with the preparations so that they can go in order. That makes sense. Yeah. So, all right. So I need to go back to the read action here, and we don't have validations anymore. What is preparations? Oh, it's preparations not in the type check. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now it is. No. Like that. So now we don't have a validations key. All right. So now what should happen is I should actually get an error, like a different kind of error running this test, because it should get in the preparations list something that it doesn't have a prepare function, or that like isn't an actual preparation. But let's see. We guns to find out. See, like, well, I guess I kind of actually get, like, compiling this file is like the entire structure of a read action. It makes sense. A lot of stuff's going to recompile. It's just is what it is. There's probably some low-hanging fruit though. It's been a while since I worked on like the internals of Ash itself that much, aside from like debugging things. Like normally the work happens in extensions, so it's actually kind of like this is pretty brutal now. Like, haven't been dealing with these compile times. Ugh. Oh well, it is what it is. So if we go back to, or the actual work is going to happen in query.ex. Right, so yeah, we get 2 failures, and it's going to say like, yeah, this following, yep, run preparations. Fair enough. All right. I mean, this is actually kind of interesting. Like, this might be really easy because validations, we're not going to support atomic validations. We don't need to, because validations, yeah, okay, sure, easy enough. So we have the preparation branch, and we we just need a branch for validations. So we double check here. We'll say something like, you know, if not module dot supports. See something like if. I think we have a framework error for this. Supported aggregate calculation not supported validate. Alright, we're gonna make a new one. Let's see, error framework. Let's see, unsupported subject. Probably be like what we would call this. Let's copy one of these other errors. So we have framework dot unsupported subject. And we'd say this is used when a subject is provided to a validation preparation that it does not support. This is in advance of us supporting preparations and validations on generic actions. So we can have a resource, we can have an action, we can have a subject type. Let's just call it subject. And a validation module or something. No, just a module. So this would be something like, you know, we'd say something like attempted to supply and to expect error.module, which is not supported. Which it does not support. But it does not, I don't know, let's see, but it does not support that subject. You'd say something like error in, actually, we have breadcrumbs for these things anyway. Maybe this isn't important. Let me see, do we set breadcrumbs when we're doing? We don't, but we could. Yeah, let's just set breadcrumbs that way. We don't need this whole resource action thing. So breadcrumbs look like this. I think you can do it when you call it 2-hash error as well. So what I am working on is supporting validations on read actions. So we'd say error returned while running, yeah, on read actions. Preparation. Let's see, error returned while running preparation inspect module. Yeah, kind of like, I don't know. I've got like things that I probably should be doing instead, but I just wanted to do something that was actually like, maybe, hopefully not a crazy, hopefully not crazy to do. But I'm already thinking now, like, validation support where clauses in Yeah, I mean, I think we can. Hmm. Yeah, I I think we can support where clauses, but the main thing is that like validations that are. I have to think about what it's going to look like because you would never write a validation about like the underlying data. So like validate that like an attribute equals something when you're doing a read action. At least not in this way that I'm envisioning it, right? Like this would be like I mean shit, I guess you kind of could. You could have a validation done that way could then be applied as like a filter or an error if the action produces one of those resources. But I think for now that would be what an atomic validation looks like, but we're just not going to support atomic validations on read actions. But we will need to support conditions. Yeah, I mean, I think for now this isn't validations on read actions will not do any filtering at all. They're just going to do like produce errors potentially. Um, so it's just going to be oh yeah, I have this, what did I call it? Subject not supported. Unsupported subject. We have subject. Okay. And that should just be like catastrophic error. Like you that if anybody ever sees this error in production, you fucked up. Um Well, okay, Chaz, I think we can get there with so that's not what we're doing yet, but I think we can get there by allowing what the hell is going on with my pop-ups? Anyway, I think we can get there by having preparations support where clauses. Um but that's not where we're starting. We're starting that would be like step 2 basically. I think we could do that kind of next up. And I do think that would be really nice because you can do something like, prepare build, you know, load something, where argument equals, you know, something like this, like, and that would, I think that's what you're getting at, and that would be like quite nice. Yeah. So in here, what is there's like this weird. Do I have like a typo in my code that's like confusing this autocomplete thing? Either way, what we need to do is we're gonna have to let's get this out of this giant function body module ops query. Let's see what else does it need. It needs tracer. And metadata. Probably more ops. That. No? Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Run preparation. We have to update the Ash Reactor DSL read actions after this change, or we'll just pick it up since it's in the core read action. I don't think this will affect that at all because it's encapsulated by the read action itself. So I don't think there should be a problem. So now we're gonna have run validation. It's all the same stuff, kind of. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because in change set, running a validation is like really complicated. Because we have atomics. Well, I guess actually running a validation with that isn't atomic is not complicated at all. So maybe that's, you know, and we're not doing atomics here. Where do I just run? Oh yeah, we have it under run action changes. Come on. My language server is like holy shit at that. Run change or validation. Y'all. The definition is not working. It's killing me. Okay. So we don't have. Oh, interesting. We have to make some changes to the options here. Because like not this always atomic on. Oh no, we have only when valid. We can do that, yeah. Yeah, you have to handle queries specifically, so you have to opt in. Every validation has to say, does it support queries? And by default, they're going to support only changes. Or sorry, only change set. And you know, maybe in a later version of the framework, we'll like switch that default and provide like an upgrader that changes on any of your custom validations. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll see. So yeah, so we can support this. So, well, do preparations have an only when valid option? I don't think they do. Let's add that. People ask for that sort of thing pretty often, I think. Okay. One thing I don't like, and I'm pretty sure this is a ZellaJ specific issue, but like I used to be able to scroll left. It doesn't work now. And I don't know, I'm like a normie with Neo. How do you go to the beginning of a line like all the way to the actual beginning, not the beginning of the first like non-white space thing? Whatever. All right, so yeah. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna add on run preparation. This isn't. Oh, I would do it here. Yeah, so I'd say here only when valid. So then if this is true and valid false, then we would just return the query. What's your fucking problem? Mismatch delimiter. No, okay. Yeah, my language server is really just it was doing pretty good for me for a while. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so now, okay, we have only when valid supported. That's nice. That's a nice little addition. If I go back to change set, we don't need always atomic. I hope validations. Oh, validations do have an always atomic. So what we have to do is is in the resource DSL, we have to not support that. So what this actually looks like is something like this. No, not there, sorry. I can't say that all, I haven't checked yet, but my goal would be to go make them all support queries. Yes, like, well, some of them would never, like attribute equals, for example, doesn't track to do that with, but other ones do. Yeah. So let's see. Validate. What the hell am I doing? I need to update the schema, and we're gonna use, what is it? I think it's like Spark dot options helpers dot like, why does it say they're all huh? Why does it say that? Oh, Spark dot options dot helpers. No, that, wait, Chaz, that syntax not deprecated. Only the struct one is deprecated. Like if I did like this, that's deprecated, but this is not deprecated. This is gonna stay forever. It's also actually not deprecated for structs anymore either. They changed that. Okay. So there is still some caveats, which is you get like a type system error if you don't do a proper like assertion. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I don't have my stream set up right or something, but my chat lag is pretty bad. It always has been. It's like 30 seconds or something. It's like really not great for using it as a live conversation tool, unfortunately. Okay. So back to running validations. We don't have this always atomic. We don't need this one. We are gonna have to figure out the where. I guess I could do that all in one go, but it's probably better if I don't. Okay, so this is how it actually does it. It does like this. I'm cool. I could go like this. Okay. So now let's copy our... There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay. So we're saying if... So we don't need this. We only need this logic, and we don't need before action either, right? Yet. Actually, no, we can support before action here. What am I thinking? All right, so... I have, like, it's weird. I haven't had any of these issues that I'm having right now with my editor until I started streaming. It's very strange. You guys broke my computer. Okay. I was in query.ex. Let's hope my editor decides to play better. I already detected it is not, but whatever. So now we don't have change sets, we just have query. This is kind of interesting. Like, why? We don't need to do this because we already did this elsewhere. We do need this one, though. Yeah, I wonder if maybe I have... let me see what my activity monitor shows. Spotlight. Stream Deck. Why is Stream Deck using up 1.3 gigs of memory? All right, let's just kill this one and see what happens. But that was Elixir LS. Got it. All right. Whatever. All right. So I can actually fix this in change set too. Which is that we don't need this branch. We already checked it. Okay, maybe I should be careful. Maybe there's like somewhere else that we're calling this validate function from. Nope. Oh. Okay, there's one other place here. I guess you know what? I'm just gonna keep the code as consistent as I can. I'm gonna do that check here because it just doesn't matter. We check it twice. Who cares? All right. All right. So now we need this do validation logic. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. So this stuff all looks pretty reasonable. There is no equivalent of query for change set. I know I can replace these all in one go, but I want to like, oh my gosh, do you have no idea? I mean, change set itself is 7,000 lines of code. I mean, you know, PR's welcome. What the hell is this? Oh, equal. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Or is returning okay? Okay. Yeah. Oh, resource slash validation. The context now. Oh, good. It doesn't take the. Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. So that's fine. Okay. So. I don't know why this is using this. We don't like it's using its own like fully qualified function name. We don't need that. Override. Oh, that's man. Some of the times, like it makes sense that we do this, but damn, that's really hacky. This override validation message thing. Like the way it's just oof. It's not telling me. All right. I don't need this either. So now we need this override validation message function. So this looks like, okay, this function could be on Is something else calling this? Override. It is. Okay. I'm gonna make this file slightly smaller. You happy? This can go in error. Error test. What's it called? Override. Okay. So let's go fix this. Oh, let's just, we don't need to call ash.changeset.add error. Man, I was a bad programmer when I started this thing. I'll tell you what. He says when this was probably like 6 months ago. Probably not any better. All right. I need to get better at my like Vim foo. Like I do like I did like I like deleted a word. Like why don't I should know the motions to, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I just feel bad for myself. That one is not in change set, so that one needs to stay. Okay. I mean, like, theoretically it works. I don't know. Probably not, though. Oh. I mean, look, I do use Claude Code, but a lot of times I don't do CIW. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I go instead of I do BCW actually usually. I think that's kind of a similar thing. Okay. I don't like to use Claude when I'm working on this stuff, honestly, usually, because it just gets like framework code like really crappy. Yeah, what Chaz says. Like, yeah, it's just not the best. All right, I need to spin the actor in here. After query. And authorize. I mean, look, I actually, I would say, like, I give my blessing to use Claude to explore the Ash code base. Like, you know, have at it. But ain't no way in hell it's going to be useful for me. Like, thought would only slow me down with this sort of thing. Okay. Oh no, this is mod supports ops. All right, let's see. I really do need to fix these compile times. At least I get like I get a little break from my brain. That's what the long compile times are for. So I can type mix compile and then just chill. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, I guess I don't know how many people here saw my like ridiculous mix fix hack. Look at this. I wrote a thing where you can write mix fix functions. This was just like fun with macros for like I think it's been about an hour and a half, but so now you can do this type syntax. It's pretty cool. You could use it for a lot of different things. I don't know what, but you could do it. Okay, invalid. What the hell? Oh yeah, that tracks. Okay. Yeah, so I need to go fix this in query. All right. Actually, what I need to do is I need to go pee. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, I see if my away screen shows properly. Yeah. What up? Okay. Gotta get a good old Derpep. My stream is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Fun fact. All right. So, this is in error. Oh yeah, let me close this. Okay. This is here. I think this one is also. I do think, like, to your point, one of the most important things with LLMs is like getting the initial context right. And like, there's a lot, like, if you ever start a question by just asking it a question, like if you ever say like, hey, what is X? Like you're just doomed to failure, right? Like an LLM is not a knowledge base. You know what I mean? So for me, like, I'll find some documentation and I'll be like, read these, and then I'll ask it a question. and then I'll go confirm that in the docs. And you can save a lot of time that way, but it's not magic, you know. Okay. Let's mark that unread. I will look at that here. Okay. So theoretically, folks, this works. You know, if we never run it, we never find out if it doesn't work. So we could just like stash it and be like, look, we did it. Never have to think about it again. But if I run this test, then I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out exactly how it doesn't work. This is, you know, we did the first 90%, time for the second 90%, right, Chaz? All right, 2 failures. What's the problem? Oh wow. The fuck? No function clause matching an enumerable dot list reduce. Ah. Wait, what? Oh, 911. 919. Oh, this is reduce while. Wait, why is it reduce while? We're not supposed to stop on the first invalid preparation. Is that what it's doing right now? Wrong. Not how any of this stuff works. Oh, is that gonna break people's... That's gonna break people's apps. Damn it. Ugh, that sucks. Alright, so... What's going on with my editor? Wow. OBS broke my computer, that's it. Okay. So, what this does mean, unfortunately, it's not too bad. It's just that this is going to return conf. No, it's like we have to stop doing, to retain old behavior. Okay. It's really just run preparation. Hold on, what does run preparation mean? When does it run preparation? So this is still doing a remember reduce file. When do we get to that error case? Run preparation. When could error happen? Oh, it's only if it fails to initialize. You know what? That's fine. That like never happens. So we're just gonna change this. It's just gonna go. Don't we in other places don't how do we do this in yeah, we literally okay, that's what I'm gonna do that same thing here. You should never get to that situation. So we don't need any of this. Technically, this is supposed to have a net compile time, but we couldn't do it, unfortunately, for reasons. Yeah, what is going on here? Okay, so what this means is, yeah, we can get rid of this reduce while. This is just going to do. We have an error for this. We have this behavior helpers. I gotta use these in more places. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like if it happens, it means you didn't even try the thing that you're doing a single time, and so it should fail. So it just is what it is. Like it was always going to be like a more catastrophic error. So I think it's fine to just raise, at least for now. So we have def prepare. Oh wait, at callback prepare is not much. It's supposed to be take ops. What is the damn callback? Prepare query ops context. Okay. So this is, yeah. So we can use these behavior helpers, which are pretty cool. And I need to use them in more places. Let's say module dot repair query ops. Okay. Cool. So now this will check the return type more nicely of this function here. Now instead of saying module dot compare, I would say case hash dot resource dot preparation dot pair module query ops. Make this a variable. So you call it preparation context. Yes. Well, so platform, I guess it's kind of like it's a slightly nebulous term. It depends, but that is kind of mostly what it means. Yeah. Preparation context. The other thing is like I do a lot of like architectural, like when I am working with clients, a lot of what I do is architectural, sort of design application wide stuff, as opposed to, I can just do this now. Get rid of all of that. So yeah, that's mostly what it means. I don't know why. Yeah, my editor's getting so bad. Okay, so now, yeah, we don't need this to be a reduce while anymore when we're saying run preparations. If I could spell here, this is just a reduce. All right, I'm glad that's not as jank as I was thinking it was going to be. But yeah, like a lot of it is essentially like we have a bunch of different projects, and Ash and many other things sit in between them, and I work on the things that we use across all of our projects. So, which is typically what it's a large responsibility of a platform team, is like that basis technology that you use across everything and that integrates with everything, that sort of thing. got even more failures. What happened? Probably more of the... Oh, I need to require. Almost there, folks. Should be pretty nice. And we actually do have where supported on validation, so adding it to preparations would be pretty trivial also. I like that. I think I might do that as part of this. Then the follow-up bit would be to support all of this on generic actions as well, but I think we have to start by... Okay, let's see. Huh. Validations failing, produce errors. Let me double check I wrote that test right. Oh. Helps if you actually, like, trigger the error. Alright, this time for real? Okay. Yeah, look at that. Wrong message. That's what we wanted. Must be true. Wow, we did it, folks. Let's see if we broke anything else. That's pretty easy, not gonna lie. And it's fine because we're not supporting validations being atomic with read actions, at least not right now. So we only support, yeah. It's pretty straightforward. We can eventually support atomic validations with read actions, and we'd have to decide what that means. Does it act as a filter, or does it act as an error? Or I mean, maybe, you know, either one. Yeah, you're not wrong about that, dude. I use Claude pretty often for docs, at least for like getting an initial stab. Okay, so let's, just for sanity's sake, let's have Claude write us a few more tests. All right, read the tests. See, this is premium Claude content, by the way, right? Think with your fucking brain, and then like have the robot do the boring stuff that you didn't feel like doing. Anyway, sorry, that's just me. Read the current... Actually, hold on. Let me be smarter here. Improvement. Support. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to do filter, no. And this is actually like, I kind of want to deprecate the filter option eventually. It's not like it'll be a really easy thing, but I'll have to, hold on. Let me finish checking support. I had another thought that I don't want to forget either. What was the other thought? It was where validations also need to check that they support queries. Okay. So let me not forget that. I'm just gonna paste it right here. Okay. So support validations on read actions. All right. So, all right, let's maybe Claude, maybe just for shits and giggles, we'll have Claude do this little bit, which is, okay. Look at the most recent git commit to see what we did. We need to amend that such that we also check that where validations support uh, taking an Ashdot query as their subject. All right, see how this goes. Kaz, you know that's a setting, right? You don't have to yell at it. Yeah, man. Include co-authored by false. You just set this in your Claude settings and then it doesn't try to claim credit as a contributor on the commit. Pretty wild, right? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who are like taken by surprise by that. Okay, no, it's confused. No. What I mean is you need to check while running validations on the query whether they support taking a query as a subject. Yeah, what up, Ken? All right, let's see how this thing does. I don't. Okay, so yeah, it's already got the one. Okay, no. Stop. Don't do that. No. Don't do that. I'm asking you to check the validations that are in the where clause of other validations. In the same way that we check the main validation itself. No need to modify any existing validations. See, this is an example of why I don't have Claude do framework code. It's just, it's annoying. I probably would have been done by now. Looks great. Okay. Let's see, how do we like it? That looks good. Check that, where clause, validations, support, query. So now the real question is, should I even bother attempting to have Claude port the validations, the built-in validations that make sense to support read actions? I mean, I guess it can't hurt, right? Like, I'm straight, we're live on stream. Like, whatever. Let's just see what happens, right? All right, Claude, you've got my faith. Here we go. Okay, now we want to make a checklist of each built-in validation. One at a time. We will confirm, we will decide if the validation may or may not warrant supporting a query as a subject. All right, let's see what happens. It really depends. Like there's so many things. Like, the thing about it is, and I keep saying this, is like, I think I am maybe 1.2 to 1.5 times faster thanks to Claude. But the trick is knowing when to use it and when not to use it. Like, so a lot of times it's like and for the right task, it's so good. Oh, here we go. Um, where's the checklist? Oh, here we go. Yep, that one. That one should support it. But see, this kind of thing is like a translation thing, where it's like looking at this other example. Yeah, okay, this is. Let me see. Okay, yes, but change the variable from change set to subject to reflect whether it is now. Yeah, I mean, look, that study was interesting, but it also is like it didn't really. Okay, there was another person that was in that. It was like 16 people or something, and one of the people involved in that got like way faster, and a lot of that was because they had like 50 hours experience working with the tools, and a bunch of other people had like never used them before. So I don't find that study really compelling personally, and most of the studies I've seen along this topic are just not compelling information, which is a little bit frustrating. All right, y'all, we're vibing. It's doing good stuff. It's looking pretty good. I'll take it. It's funny though, like, see, this is an example of where like it is actually saving me like time and energy, right? And it's like such a simple change. So I don't know. People get so up in arms about this stuff, but yo, what up? Is that my buddy Jonathan? Um, we're vibe coding, my dude. No, we're supporting validations for read actions, which right now they don't support. Well, actually, right now they do. We're done, but now we're make you have to like opt into that support for each for each validation. You have to say whether or not it can support being run on a read action or not. And so we did all the hard work. We artisanally hand crafted uh, the the actual feature ourselves, but now we're having Claude go through and update different validations to support queries or not, which is pretty good. I'm happy with it. Oh, you know what? It did something a little bit wrong. It's not that big of a deal, but let me do this. Let's say no and tell Claude what to do differently. Use hash.query.get argument. Fix anywhere else. You made that mistake. We are vibing. If I want to really like meet the vibe coder memes, I gotta use my vape. Just sitting in a dark room, vaping, vibe coding. I should. I did actually want to figure out how to get like whisper working. Um, that's good. Okay, like how to get like hookah. No, thank you. Yes, that looks right to me. I need to figure out voice. I think it'd be fun. I've never once vibe coded with my voice. I always just type. Vape coding. Here we go. Attribute does not equal. No. Skip this one. What did it do? Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. It's switching on the type of thing to know which one to call, which thing to call. Okay. Nope. Look at that. Claude's being good today. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it's like. Oh God, I wouldn't want to use a play. No. In this case, it's one of those things like I haven't actually determined. We have an AI policy, and part of it was actually to figure out, or basically because we didn't want to have an agents.md or anything like that in the code base without having a policy on AI usage. So we may start putting in agents.md files. I just don't know. Like, there's a lot of things to consider there. Before putting one actually into the repo itself. No. We did not do where clauses on preparations yet. That would be next. I think I can do that in like a very quick follow-up, but it is not supported quite yet. But validations on queries is supported. Yes, it should support queries. It's not that complicated, dude. Come on, figure it out. Surprised it uses get argument. Oh, actually, I do know why. Yeah, okay, that's fine. What the hell are you doing? I'm gonna do this for myself. Well, I don't need to tell it that. So this doesn't seem that bad. Valid. Well, okay. Let's first. Was it trying to like abstract? Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really matter what I was trying to do, but all right. So we do want this though. Okay, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. So this one's a little bit more complicated, and I'm fine. I'm fine handwriting some of these. So I think I see what it was trying to do, but I don't have faith that it was going to do it right because it was like trying to make like a partial change, I think. But in this case, we'd actually say this should be subject now. So we would say that it's like, no, we didn't get that here. And if it's a change set, it will keep it on existing behavior. This can still use hashtag change set get attribute. Okay, so it's really only fetch argument that needs to change. And we can use one of Claude's previous examples of that. Come on, here we go. Take this bad boy. Oh, my mouse has been giving me weird. Like IntelliJ is not the easiest. Well, It's really nice to use from a keyboard shortcut standpoint, but it adds like some just weird friction to the way things work for me. Okay, so this is not get though, this is... Okay, so now we have a fetch argument. Let's put a sick about it, I guess. Okay, so now validate value, I don't think should care. About attribute value. That's fine. So here, this will be a subject. So here, yeah. That looks good to me. And the atomic one is not going to need to support. Not going to be able to need to support this. Okay. Okay. So I did it myself, is what I would say here. I did it myself. Okay, move on. Ah! Claude, why you gotta be weird? There's a small typo. Oh, look at that. Look at Claude. Wow. Okay, Chaz, you're right. You're right. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I do think, yeah, it would be nice to have like ash.subject.getArgument.get whatever. Yeah, PR's open. That you're right. That is the answer. Look at that. Claude, do you see what? Did I do something wrong? No, there are no attributes in queries. What did I do wrong? That you say I use query.getAttribute? I don't think I did that. Where did I do that? Let's see, get attribute. I did, you're right. Thank you. Oopsie doozles. All right, confirm. The two fields match. No, confirm. Oh. Confirm is fine. Yes, this can, because you can confirm. Thanks, chat. And Claude. I guess I have two different kinds of chats going on right now, don't I? Look at that. See, I kind of wish it would make a bigger patch all at once instead of like Claude code, but instead of LM driven, chat driven. Isn't that what that one no code tool did for a long time? It was just like, what was it? Instead of no code, it was like, oh yeah, AI stood for like a bunch of Indians. It was just like a lot of people in India like creating apps quickly. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna let this continue because I think it's gonna do the right thing, but I wish it would make a bigger change all at once, right? Because now I need to add the helper function, right? Like that's not really what I want. Yeah, builder.ai. There's no actual AI. Yeah. Whoa. There's a get argument or attribute, I think, right? Yeah, get argument or attribute. looks good. I'm actually like feeling this playlist. Field worth arguments, grace. Yes. Also, one thing I've noticed, people talk a lot about like not like using too many tokens or like trying to like, I don't know. I feel like Claude does best with a bunch of stuff in its context, like all sorts of stuff about what I'm doing. Okay, well, I would say what I would think we have called it subject in enough places that it would be called ash.subject. Yes. I think that would make sense to me. Okay, so argument, subject, fetch argument. That looks good. Guys, it's figuring it out. It gets better every time around. That's what I'm trying to say. The context, like, I'm like not prudish with my tokens. I'm like, let's just like load it up. Yeah, okay. Fetch argument, setting that helper. That's fine. This is actually an interesting one. I'm curious to see if it gets it right. This is like an abstract validation. Let's see. Not bad. Did you misspell prompt, or is the thing you're talking about called prompt engineer? I'm like, you know, I'm vibe coding, dogs. Like, do you see how this is going? Oh no, I guess this isn't vibe coding. I'm literally reviewing every change. We still need more composite validations as well, like or and any of or whatever. I don't know. We've got a bunch of things. One of. Yes. No wait. It does not wrap another validation. It does not wrap another validation. But yes, it can support queries. And AI is dumb. That's I gotta say, like, that wasn't, you know, we talk about like the singularity, like AI's. I didn't expect in like 2025 to be like, yeah, we have AI, it's just really stupid. That wasn't on my bingo card. Let's see. So yeah, that looks right. It's doing the right thing. Now it's got to add that helper. Attributes are present. I think present supports. Check. For sure. IRC, it supports arguments. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Chaz. I don't. It performs better for me with more, even sometimes like weird shit in its context. I don't know. Like I just don't. I don't. I've not experienced that. Like I need to be precious with this stuff, where and like otherwise it'll start degrading. It's like it does good. Like it keeps doing good. I don't know. It's weird. Or like it's like 100,000 tokens. That's like the sweet spot for me. Maybe I'm just like really good at getting good stuff into its context window. I don't know. I actually get like I've had like good sessions, especially with Zed, where it's like very transparent when you're about to hit a limit, and I'm like, no, it's doing really good. I don't want to compact this or summarize this. Like it's finally figured out what I want it to do. Don't take away my context. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Reader. I mean, a lot of times, so for me, like what I do with LLMs is a lot of like forcing them to gather context. Like, go read this file, go read that file, read this tutorial, read, go to this website, right? So like the context that I'm loading it up with is not like just me saying shit. It's like and like right now, if you look at the context in its context window, it's all of our successful refactorings of other validations. So it's like I want to keep that stuff there. And I'm going to get auto compacted at some point. I don't know when, but then it's going to do worse because it's going to forget all the stuff we've been talking about. Well, maybe I'm just a really good partner for LLMs, dude. That's all there is to it. I think I have a decent intuition for working that way. This is beautiful. All right. Now modify with tests showing all of those validations. No, not reactor retest. Okay. 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 Back to task. We want to do this read test. Read test. Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah. Ah. All right, y'all. What do you think's happening on Blue Sky? Anything good? Let's see. Nope. Just notifications. What about X? I'm like trying to stay away from it, but stuff happens there, y'all. I'll just like read. I'm on read only mode right now, and then I don't stay for long. I said I was on read only mode, but I actually did tweet about this. All right. Yeah, look at this. This is beautiful. All right. All right. All right. All right. Give me those tests. Agreed. I agree with you. I would add it, but the main thing is like I don't want to be wrapped up in figuring out a new public interface. Yeah. Love it. These all look good. But yeah, and like making sure that a new public interface is good and all that and documented and stuff as part of this change. But I think we can go back in and clean that up. And I think I very much welcome that PR. And that'll be useful for other things too. Like, I guess we should look into supporting where clauses on preparations next. I guess it doesn't. I thought that would like show me the output of mix test. I don't know. Okay, so next, well, I guess I should. Let me commit all this stuff. Improvement. Port hash dot query the most broken validation. Well, I don't need to punch it yet. So now what we want to do is we want to make preparation support where clauses as well. I guess I want this down. And you know what? You don't need to do that anymore. I'm just gonna let's run tests. Okay, what do you mean? Get me to partner so I can get some subs. What is this? What is this? Is this like how I like get my life as a streamer on Twitch or something? I don't know if I care about all that. I don't need subscriptions. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm streaming, you know, for the fun of it, and I might do this every once in a while more, but like, I don't know. I don't think this is the direction things are going in general for me. We'll see. Right. Exactly. Okay, so what we want though is we want to support where on validation type. Here. So, so this is validations that should pass in order for this preparation to apply. All right. So next, we need to update the DSL. Actually, no, we need to update the struct. Not this one, here. This one needs, there we go. Oh, this needs only when valid also. I need to add test for that. Only when valid, false is the default, and then there. And then we should do where, and this is ash.resource and only when valid. Okay. Right. So now we need to actually implement this behavior. Let's see, in query. Which is actually looks like pretty straightforward. That we just wrap this around the run preparation logic. Oh, we are gonna have to change it a little bit here. So this is here, else query Yeah, the way that this is gonna have to change is that this has to take a query instead of a. Oh no, it takes a query. Is that all? Is that all we need? But not validation. Ah, that's right. Instead of taking a module and ops, it's gonna have to take like this, and then we would do. Yeah. I think that this. What is like took so long to save my file? What is happening? I'm gonna have to like remake my computer later. All right. So this has to change now. Run preparation needs to just do like this. What the hell? Oh. I had that wrong in this whole situation. Run preparation ops. What was it doing that last ops? Wait, what? Oh, I guess I was just passing it. Oh, ops tracer here. This is wrong. It should just be using tracer. That was weird. I don't know what was going on there, but whatever. I don't think it matters now. So we need to make sure that run preparation is not passing in that last ops argument. Yeah. Yeah, we're not validation, not where, right? Let's see. One, 2, 4, 7. Okay, so where I'm doing that in validate. No, what did I call this? Run. Here I must be building context up somewhere. Let's do validation. Here we go. This. So now this probably here, so that's context. Here I can use this context as well. So this looks like this. It's a pretty big win, honestly, for a couple hours. I'm happy with it. Okay, why is authorize not used? Oh, it's using. All right, once we get this done, then I gotta go. But it's been good. Let's see. Well, first make sure all the tests pass, and then I'm gonna tell Claude to test for me because I don't feel like doing it. So it needs to test um, the only when valid flag, and the new where option. Oh, and I need to write docs for this as well. Like Claude needs to write docs for this too. Faster. Oh well. So, all right, Claude, resume. Let me actually commit this stuff. So let's see, what is this? This is improvement, support, where clauses on preparations. It's so funny. Like a lot of times, it's like these little things that make such a big difference. Like I don't know. I want to try to spend more time on this sort of stuff. I just have been fighting fires for like so long and dealing with like other big things, but it's so nice to be able to have time to do these. Like there's so many like actual improvements we can write to just writing regular resources. It's kind of like it's nice to get like back to my roots, you know? Like I don't know. Anyway, okay, I've added support for where clauses on prepare statements. Test that validations on reads with their clauses, and test the only when valid option to preparations and validations. Right. All right, so we're adding. So what do we read with? We have for set context prepared true. How is it going to? How is it going to test? This doesn't make a lot of sense as a test. This chill music is from YouTube on some royalty-free YouTube playlist. That's how I always do it. It's just easy to find. It's Japan Coastal Vibes. Oh wait, Wait, this doesn't say royalty free. Uh-oh. Might be in trouble. Alright, let me switch. Alright. No copyright, lo-fi beats. Whoops. Okay, so this test for where clauses doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I'm gonna ask it about that. Let's see for these other ones. So yeah, this makes sense. Validate present. Yeah, let me just okay. The tests where you set context don't because you won't be able to assert on the resulting context. Oh wait, is Claude smarter than me? Never mind. Go ahead. You can assert on the result of query for read. I think Claude is smarter than me. I'm a dumpster. Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna do that. Let's see if I can actually figure out how to write those tests that way. That is true. I'm not getting money from the stream, so we're good. No, there's no SWAT busting down my door. All right, what's it trying to do? Yeah. All right. I mean, it's doing the right thing. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Cool. I never would have thought that I would be the one to overcomplicate Claude's life. Hmm. Ah. All right. Let's see. Did we get there? Yeah. Next test. Pretty pleased with this. Yeah, so we can. So we didn't do the generic action stuff, but I think this was more important: is getting read actions up to parity. The only main difference is there's preparations and not changes. You know, so it's a little confusing, but it just is what it is. Like things change over time. I can't help it. Like where preparations support queries, changes support change sets, but validations can work on both. Like I don't know. It is what it is. Um, okay, so what we're gonna do is well, let's commit all this stuff. Test add tests for their clauses on read actions and only when valid. Okay, so um, now we need to update the documentation in and the usage rules to let's start with the usage rules. Usage rules designed to be dense and informative for LLMs, more like a cheat sheet than docs. Okay, so what is it doing? It's saying read, search, validate, match. Okay, so this is just updating. I don't like this validations now work on read actions too. It's like too temporal. Okay, so that's a good start. Hopefully it's gonna add more than that. Oh guys, we're using dumb Claude now. What a shame. They're not a section on preparations already? It's not. Okay, sure. What have you done? Yeah, it's like I could already tell we're on dumb Claude. Sad. I've noticed like Claude's not like weirdly actually not that great at like editing Markdown because of its like patching logic. It tries to do like string replaces. So does this have where clauses validate present where? Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Our usage rules is still like too many lines though. It's like 1,200 lines. It's too much. But it's fine. Good one, actually. Updating relevant checklists. Makes sense. Good idea. So now this is in read actions, yeah, so I actually don't okay, hold on. Actually do I want it to I think maybe it does make sense to list it. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't want to list the built-in validations that support it, but I actually kind of do. So we're gonna do it again. Whoops. I accidentally canceled it. What's happening? Forgive me. Try again. That was my own fault. Wow, humans getting in Claude's way. Right, I believe in you. Did we duplicate it? Let me see. I might have. Yeah, we duplicated it, which is fine. That was just from me telling it to do it again. But this is what I mean where... Yeah, all right. All right, so what does it want to do? Validations. Validations work on both change sets and queries. When used on queries, they validate the query's arguments to ensure they meet the card. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, this is a big one. Where this is in more. Okay. Nibble for read actions. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, I get this weird flickering after using Claude for a while. I don't know what's going on there. But we're almost at the end, so I'll let it be what it is. Let's see. Yep. All right, that's nice. Yeah, it shows how to actually implement it. See, honestly, Claude is a lot better at writing documentation than I am. Like, you know, assuming that you do the right, you know, assuming you actually like review the code. But this is all really simple stuff. So, but yeah, this is nice. I actually would not have thought to write this particular bit. Not this bit, but this bit of, yeah, here. This one. Okay, only when valid and where clauses on. Yeah. Cool. Let's run checks. And we'll ship. Well, I'm not gonna. Actually, it is release day, but I don't think I should release this. You know, 2 minutes after actually setting it up. So I'll probably not release it. I'll probably maybe I'll just do release day a little bit later this week so we can have people try it out. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's well tested, it's well documented, well conceived. I mean, we also have been talking about this for like a million years. There's a lot of like little things in Ash that I think can be that we can improve. And like there's some big ones that are actually harder that I do want to do, like supporting resources as inline aggregate targets, so that you can do like exists and then you just say a resource instead of a relationship path. So there's a lot of different things like that. Document query validation and preparation changes. All right. I guess what I should do also is now draft a small code sample and tweet text to announce this. I think we just use pattern matching personally for that test. Just keeps it simple. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could do, like protocols and all that, but we only like they're all defined by core. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right, you guys can be here. I guess I can make a post live too. All right, let's begin. I don't think I need this down here. Maybe I do. Life of Dan, you can do that. That works today. You do it like this. Action name, struct constraints instance of your dot resource. You can do that like that, and then you will get the type of the resource from the GraphQL. I hope I made your day. Yeah, you would say array of struct, and then you would say constraints items, and then that would be an instance. I don't know if I neovim shortcuts. Okay, so like this would be a list of items. So yeah, you can do that. All right. Yeah, man, you got it. I mean, look, I would say, hey, if I blew your mind, please do me a favor. Go check and see if it's anywhere in the GraphQL docs, for example, or like in the places you were looking. And if it's not, add a little blurb with like a little, I don't know, you can like an admonition block or add a, I mean, even maybe a specific guide, like generic actions, returning resources. I don't know. Do any, but please, that's the sort of thing that like, I don't know what my blind spots are and what's missing from the docs. And like, for me, I just, that's second nature, but you know, it's not obvious, obviously. Okay, so let's do next version. Oh wait, it gave me a Claude. 42 characters too long. If it doesn't fit in Blue Sky, it's not going to fit on Twitter, you piece of shit. Let's see. These emojis. It looks like so. Doesn't this look so Claude coded though? Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm just gonna. Also, just say also. Also added. Only when valid for preparations. Only when valid and where clauses for preparations. Also includes all right. My gosh. Can I use my own computer? Okay. Sometimes having a ultra wide monitor and a trackpad is annoying, like dragging images around. Okay. So this looks good. Oh my gosh, this is just brutal. Okay, here we go. There we go. Say, I'll probably do it like this. We'll say in the next release of do.org. Okay, that looks good. I don't like X, but I'm using it for announcements anyway. All right, let's go over here. They use my Elixir status here. Well, Dan, just remember, maybe there's a breadcrumb that somewhere that could have got you there. I don't know. Just any place you can think of that might have helped. I'm down to add to. But okay, all right, folks, we did it. We announced it. We shipped it. Well, we didn't ship it, but you know, we kind of shipped it. This was fun. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't care. But I will see you.